Bryce Duske with you once again from the 98th National FFA Convention and Expo. Here now with Matt Kreifels from the University of Nebraska Lincoln. And Matt, you're getting an award here at the convention from the National FFA Alumni and Supporters, something you were nominated for. It's the Outstanding Achievement Award. First, back up a little bit to your role with FFA and the University of Nebraska Lincoln.
Yes, I am currently a professor in agricultural education in the Department of Ag Leadership, Education, and Communication within the College of Agriculture on East Campus. And formerly before this, I also had the honor of serving as the State Director of Ag Education at the Nebraska Department of Education.
You're the one helping to prepare those future ag teachers. We continue to hear around the nation, especially in Nebraska, though, the need for more and more people to be involved in post-secondary education to teach FFA and ag education, that is, Matt. Okay, this award, the Outstanding Achievement Award, something I mentioned you're nominated for. What was your reaction when you saw you're just one of 3 in the nation to get this?
Well, I was fishing on a boat in early August and got the phone call, and I just couldn't believe it. I am incredibly honored to have been nominated for this award and recognize the value of what the Alumni and Supporters organization does in Nebraska and across the country. And so to receive that phone call was a little bit of a shock and quite an honor.
You've been involved in FFA and ag education for a long time, most of your career at this point, Matt. What's special about FFA and ag education?
You know, we know that agriculture is Nebraska's largest industry, and even as you look across the country, it has impacts across the industry and the economy. What I see ag education doing is really attracting students that are increasingly less connected to production agriculture, to traditional agriculture, and opening their eyes in high schools and ag programs across the country to say that there's a place for me in agriculture and there are fantastic careers. And so my role is to help to prepare and support teachers across Nebraska to help those teachers do their jobs really well.
Well, how is the recruitment going in terms of recruiting the next generation of FFA advisors and ag ed instructors?
I wish we could say that every position was filled across the state of Nebraska, but the demand is huge. If you look back to 2010 when I started the university, there were 133 high schools that had an ag education program and FFA chapter. Today there are 218. Over 80 more schools offer the program now than it did back when these high school seniors were in preschool. And so the demand is huge. And what is encouraging is that at the University of Nebraska Lincoln, we are seeing, and we've welcomed our largest freshman class since the 1970s into the ag education major. And so the trend is right in terms of recruitment, but we still are not meeting the demand that's out there due to the growth of ag education across the state.
Well, you and I, as we have this conversation, standing inside the College of Agricultural Sciences and Natural Resources booth as part of the expo at National FFA Convention. It's probably a pretty good recruitment tool to let people know you can come to the university and study this and be back in the classroom someday soon.
Yes, we've had fantastic conversations here at this booth with students, not just from Nebraska, but from across the country. They're interested in any pathway that can get them to the classroom, whether it be coming to the university directly or going to a 2-year institution then transferring. And so we're having a lot of great conversations with young leaders about the multiple pathways they can take to become an ag teacher.
Matt, back to the headline here. Congratulations on your award from the National FFA Alumni and Supporters, being recognized for your outstanding achievements. Congratulations again.
Thank you very much, Bryce.
Joined by Matt Kreifels with the University of Nebraska Lincoln as our convention coverage continues here.